Hey guys, how you doing? Mark here. Welcome to Friendship Shaving. I've been asked to do a little video this week for my friend Billy from Blind Man Shaves. Now, for those that don't watch his channel, Billy has 70% vision loss in both eyes. He has an illness called retinitis pigmentosa, and I will put a link up to the Royal National Institute to the Blind website where you can read a little bit about eye conditions. Just to demonstrate how that affects Billy, I've got my iPad mini up on the windowsill and I can see myself in it now as I'm talking to you. Now, when Billy puts out his videos, he can't see himself in the screen at all. So he still manages to put out a really good video channel, and I really admire him for that. Unfortunately, Billy has been told recently that his eye condition is going to get worse quite quickly and he will become blind. So Billy did a blindfold shave with a shavette to practice what he needs to do. It had been suggested to him that he might use an electric razor, but as a wet shaver myself, I can understand how that didn't appeal to him, but also to show that blind people can shave with, a straight razor. Of course, that perhaps isn't maybe an extreme length to go to, but there we go. Following on from that, Manny from SoCal Shaves did a video to highlight the cause of people with blindness and sight related issues. Because Manny has a friend whose name I won't mention, that Billy tells me has the same eye condition as him and suffers the same problems. So I was going to have nothing to do with any of this blindfolded shaving, but I spoke to Billy the day before yesterday, and when a man with 70% vision loss tells you that he really wouldn't mind you doing a video to highlight the plight of people with visual loss, and he's your mate, well, in my book, you just get on with it and do what he asks. So I'm going to do a video, I'm going to be blindfolded, and I'm going to use my straight razor. And I must admit, I'm a bit scared. I'll put links up to Billy and Manny's videos so you can see how well they did. And I guess one of the things that immediately strikes me is that you would have to be very organised if you didn't have your sight. So I've got my brush laid out on the right hand side of my sink, my shaving soap right between the taps, and my straight razor on the left of the sink. And I don't know how this is going to go, guys, so we're just going to give it a go and see. I've got my blindfold already, and I'm just going to tighten that up a little bit. Now I've got my deluxe shaving brush, and I think that if I kind of do that, already I'm lost and I'm only stood at the sink. I think there I'm actually looking at the screen. So I've got my deluxe synthetic brush, and today I'm going to lather straight from a glass bowl, and I have some Barossa white in that bowl, and I'm actually going to count Now that is, I think, about 30 seconds. Of course, I can't see how well my brush has loaded. And I am going to use some of this cream that I've got here. He says, trying to find where to put the soap. And I'm just going to rub that onto my face. And the reason I'm going to do that is to use it as my sort of pre-shave a little bit, but also, and perhaps it's cheating, but it is Proraso White, which has got menthol in it. And I'm hoping that the menthol will tingle on my skin and help me feel where I need to brush when I brush the soap on. Now, am I looking at the screen? I don't have a clue. I think maybe I am there. So I'm going to get my brush and I'm going to wet my fingers and just dribble a couple of drops of water onto the brush, and I can feel the menthol. Do you know what it feels? How can I put this? This is something that I do every day. And yet, it feels completely different when I'm doing it with no eyesight. It's, in fact, I'm just going to get some water in my hand and dip the tips of the brush in there and see if I can get some water into this soap. I would say, guys, that I would really not recommend that you try this at home. But as I say, Billy asked me if I wouldn't mind doing this, and I'm certainly going to highlight his course. Now, because Billy already has 70% vision loss, I'm just going to empty the sink. He probably uses his sense of feel a lot more than I do when I shave. I mean, he probably does that quite naturally without thinking about it, but of course everything I'm going to do now I'm going to have to really think hard about. There's my straight. I'm using one with a barber's tip at the end, or a barber's notch, and I'm feeling the back of the razor so that I can put it under the tap and get the blade wet. Now, I'm quite worried about cutting my ears off, so let's just go and find, I'm going to use the back of the blade to find my ear there, about there. I'm going to use my fingers and go down from there. Guys, I'm probably not going to talk very much, and I'm going to use a cloth to wipe my blade. Now I'm going to use the blade on my nose to work out how to get under the lip. I tell you what guys, I'm shitting myself. Okay, I'm going to try that on the... No, I'm not. I'm going to wet my blade again under the sink. Just feeling the back of the blade so I don't smash it into the sink. That's the thing. I'm using a cloth, but I need to sort this out. I'm using a cloth, but of course it's covered in foam. I'm going to have to run some water in the sink, guys. The cloth was covered in foam, and of course I just stuck my hand straight in it when I was reaching for the cloth, so perhaps that's not the best idea. Okay, left hand side of the sink, feeling for the blade, run some more water on that. It's very hit and miss. I don't actually know if I'm running water on the blade or not. Now this is the side that I'm going to struggle with my left hand. So I'm going to find my ear with the top back of the blade, go from there. tell you what, this is hard. But I think you might get used to it. Maybe. Yes, I'm sure you would get used to it. Oh, I haven't got there, have I? Now I'm going to use my nose again as the rangefinder. Now there we go. I think I've completed my first pass. I'm just going to close my razor up and put that. I've got a little tea towel just to the left of the sink there. I can feel that that is not great. Especially there. Not that this side. Not great underneath on my neck. So we'll go for another lathering. You know, in some ways it's very strange that my sense of feel is sort of heightened because I can't see what I'm doing. But I'm finding it to be very tiring, you know, concentrating so hard. Oh, there's no water, I need water. Now, I'm quite worried about losing my earlobes. So, what I'm going to do is go against the grain on my neck, but I'm going to hold my earlobe. I'm going to find the end of the blade. Breathe. And I'm going to do that straight away on the other side. Now my fingers are wet and I can feel them slipping on the blade. So I'm just going to wipe those. And then continue using the back of the blade to feel where my neck is. Okay. Coming from the sides now. Again, using the back of the blade to find out where I am, and my finger to find out where my sideburn is. I'm going to use my thumbnail on my nostril there just to make sure. Ooh, nearly cut my lip. Might have just caught myself there, guys. It kind of felt like the blade just caught me slightly. So I'm going to come in from the side again. Use my finger to find where my sideburn is. Ah, it's a big load of soap there. Is it just from there? It doesn't feel too bad. I can't tell. And guys, that is as far as I'm going to go. I'm going to close my blade and put that down. And take the blindfold off. And see how I went. I've got water and a bit of foam all over the floor. I'm just going to rinse this cloth. Well guys, that was very, very difficult. I haven't had too bad a shave. It's passable. I need a little bit more practice on my sideburns there. This side is better than this side. So I'm just going to quickly finish off now with my G-bar. Just to tidy up. It was very difficult trying to judge things you don't think about, like how much soap is on your brush and where you're actually moving the brush while you're lathering up on your face. That certainly was quite a challenge. And of course the point of this is, the whole point of this is that this is what people go through every day. And maybe we don't hear about them because we don't know them or because they're not able to do video channels. You know, but there are probably guys out there and this is their normal. And I guess that is the point. That Billy really wanted to make. Now all of the help that Billy will need, I know from talking to him that he will need some extra training with his stick. And he'll need to learn Braille. And then he'll need things like, because you know, you can get stickers and buttons because the stuff that you buy, you know, around your house doesn't come with Braille, like for the washing machine. How do you know what circle to put it, what cycle to put it on? And all of this work is done by the Royal National Institute for the Blind, which is a charity. So I will put a link up. There is a donate button on there. Whether you use that or not, that's entirely your bag. That was much easier, especially without being blindfolded. I did catch myself there, I knew I did, and that, I suppose, highlights the biggest problem, that if you were having sight issues and you were using something like a straight or a chevette and you caught yourself badly, you wouldn't be able to see to, you know, deal with it. That is sore. I'm going to put some arm block on, which I also have on my sleeve. Whoa, that is really sore. I got close, and I guess that again is because my sight helps me feel with the razor, and when I'm suddenly just using feel alone, I'm not very good at it or practiced at it, so that maybe explains why I got so close. Now, just rinse that off, and I'm just going to use some, what am I going to use? I'm going to use some Nivea Sensitive, just because I am a little bit sore, especially here. Now, I shall watch this video before I put it out. I'll be interested to see how I did. To be honest, it feels like I did better than I thought I would. I haven't cut myself. I've still got my earlobes. I was quite concerned about that. I did think about getting some tomato sauce in the sink and going, oh no! But I thought that might be just tempting fate rather too much. And of course I didn't do it because the video has rather a serious point to it. So, Billy of Blind Man Shaves, I hope this helps you, mate. And I know whatever happens in the future, you'll come through it and you'll be alright, and you've got all our support. And the same for anyone else in Billy's position. You all take care of yourselves now. Don't do this at home, honestly. Take care, all the best to you. Bye bye.